imagine shaping who you are, not with dramatic rewrites, but through gentle, purposeful choices. This is Me, But Better by Olga Khazan, a quiet, year-long experiment in personal transformation. Olga began her journey in a moment of quiet collapse, an ordinary day that felt overwhelmingly unfair. But she discovered something powerful. You can reshape your inner world by simply practicing small, intentional actions. She used that moment as a starting point, exploring a simple yet profound idea. Though our personalities seem set, our behavior isn't. What if we can live as the version of ourselves we want to become? Chapter 1. Moments that define us. Have you ever had a day that felt heavy? Not because something bad happened, but simply because nothing felt right. For Olga Khazan, that day came on a warm Florida afternoon. The soundtrack of vacation, sunshine, sea air, gentle laughter, felt distant. She cut her hair, but it looked uneven. A photo shoot meant to be fun flopped. Even the grocery cart rebelled, nothing broken. Yet, by evening, she broke down in tears, wine glass in hand, tears running freely. And there, in her Airbnb kitchen, she asked herself the question, did anything truly go wrong? Everything technically worked out, yet her emotions felt like rubble. That's when a profound question emerged. Why was she letting tiny moments steal her smile? This wasn't about a dramatic crash. It was about how the weight of small frustrations can add up, how the moments we don't notice often shape how we feel most. In that kitchen, she decided not to let small moments define her day again. She wanted to reclaim presence, moment by moment. In her book, Khazan frames personality not as a fixed castle, but a garden that grows. It starts with the big five: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, together forming the Ocean. She realized something surprising. While genes sketch the outline, our actions add the color and shape. Acting like the person you want to be, day after day, can slowly turn intention into reality. It might sound small, but over time, these tiny choices accumulate, just like pebbles worn smooth in a stream. And so, from tears in a kitchen, her journey began. Not a quest to remake herself entirely, but to become a calmer, more present version of who she already was. A choice made not in haste, but in that quiet moment of clarity. That one evening sparked a promise to reshape a personality through living it, not just reading about it. She wouldn't silence her nature, she'd guide it. That decision, rooted in vulnerability and hope, sets the stage for Chapter 2, where Olga quietly embarks on her year-long experiment, choosing experiences that would help her become who she wanted to be. Chapter 2. The experiment begins. So, what if you could practice being a calmer, more confident you? Olga didn't just wonder, she acted. She took a Big Five test, then picked 2 traits to tweak. Extroversion. She was an introvert longing for connection. And neuroticism. Her mind often tangled in worry. She also hoped to nudge her agreeableness higher. She gave herself 3 months to run this personal experiment. First, mindset. She consciously chose to believe she could change, because research shows that belief matters. As one study said, changing a trait requires acting in ways that embody that trait, rather than simply thinking about it. Next, behavior. She enrolled in improv classes, forced herself to throw small dinner parties, and showed up at meetup events, each move pushing her just beyond comfort. Slowly, what once felt absurd began to feel good. To calm her anxious mind, she added daily rituals, mindful breathing, Over time, her personality test showed progress. More extroverted, less neurotic, though agreeableness, less so. Apparently, forcing kindness too fast triggered resistance. Her reflection: it's not about changing overnight or completely stripping away who you are. It's about living your way into a quieter, braver, more open version of yourself. She said it best: fake it till you make it, until improv stopped feeling forced and instead felt like connection. That experiment, bold, humble, imperfect, is her guide. She didn't erase herself. She built better habits, created small psychological wins, and reshaped her inner landscape one choice at a time. Next, we'll walk with her through specific traits: how she edged into extroversion, soothed her anxiety, and tested the boundaries of openness. Chapter 3: Redrawing the Lines, the core experiment. What happens when you don't just think about change, but live it? Olga Khazan confronted the challenge head-on. She pinpointed 3 traits from the ocean model: extroversion, neuroticism, and agreeableness, to gently reshape. Each came with a simple rule: act as if. 1. Extroversion. Alone for too long, Olga craved connection. She signed up for improv classes, hosted small dinners, joined meetup groups, forcing her out of her comfort zone. At first, it felt awkward, but grateful whispers turned into excitement. Hey, I actually liked that. 2. Neuroticism. Her mind often spiraled toward worry. To break free, she experimented with meditation and evening routines. Daily mindfulness became her ritual, even more effective than gratitude journaling, which often felt forced. 3. Agreeableness. She hoped to be a bit warmer, a natural caregiver. She volunteered, reached out to strangers with kindness, and practiced empathy exercises. This one didn't shift as smoothly, but the effort itself expanded her soft edges. Research shows that while genes draw the map, our behaviors choose the path. Acting extroverted, like doing improv, can make you more extroverted. Mindfulness helps reduce neurotic tendencies. These aren't myths, they're soft, steady truths. Khazan summed it up beautifully. Being slightly different is still being different, the same you, but with better armor. Improv became connection. Anxiety softened around meditation. Dinner parties sparked tentative joy. Change was incremental but powerful. She didn't become someone else, just more aware, more at ease. Imagine choosing one trait to explore for just 21 days, stepping into calm, connection, or warmth. You don't need a complete transformation. You just need one gentle choice, done daily. Chapter 4: Gentle Ripples, Noticing the Change. How does transformation feel when change isn't dramatic, but persistent? Olga returned to her Big 5 test. The results were quietly powerful. Extroversion nudged upward as she kept showing up. Improv, dinners, meetups. The anxious retreat gave way to a budding sense of ease and connection. Neuroticism softened. Daily meditation and breathing rituals eased her tension, even more than journaling ever did. Agreeableness, surprisingly, dipped slightly. She discovered kindness can't be forced. It must emerge from genuine intention, not exhaustion. That mix, growth in some areas and recalibration in others, felt like a whisper of progress, not a shout. Improv shifted from a chore into a source of connection and joy. Meditation became a balm, gently easing her mind. Social gatherings went from bold experiments to moments of warmth. She shared this insight. It starts to feel more like what you'd want to do. Psychology confirms that personality isn't stuck in stone. While agreeableness is slower to change, belief plus behavior fuels transformation. On extroversion, acting extroverted can make you more extroverted. On neuroticism, cultivating calm habits, like meditation, can reduce anxiety significantly. Olga's journey wasn't all linear, but that's part of the beauty. Change isn't a straight line, it's a subtle flux, gentle, personal, and cumulative. You don't need to revolutionize your life overnight. Keep showing up. Apply behavior with intention. Celebrate the whisper, not the shout. Pick one trait. Notice your small wins. Journal for a week. See if connection feels sweeter or calm feels easier. Chapter 5. Integration and Action, your 3-week invitation. What if you could live this experiment yourself, starting today? By the end of her journey, Olga noticed subtle yet profound transformations. She wasn't a different person, just a more present, resilient, and curious version of herself. But what if you borrowed her map? What if her experiment could be yours? Your personal 3-week invitation. In week 1, choose your trait, pick just one. Calm, tame neuroticism. Connection, grow extroversion. Warmth, spark agreeableness. Keep the goal gentle. I will breathe calmly each evening, or I'll smile at one new person today. Week 2, make it a mini ritual. Set a small daily habit. Mindful breathing, 3 breaths before bed. A brief hello to someone unfamiliar. A daily act of kindness. Keep it visible on a sticky note, phone alert, or a calendar highlight. Week 3, reflect and adjust. At week's end, pause, ask, did my chosen action feel easier? Did my mood shift? Celebrate small sparks of change, not perfection. Repeated intentional action, done quietly, rewires your daily mindset. It's not magic, it's momentum. Research confirms tiny habits build personality change over time. This is your experiment, your choice. You bring the soft consistency. The result, a version of you that's steadily warmer, calmer, more connected. This isn't a crash course, it's a slow burn. Chapter 6. Ripples beyond the experiment. Transformation doesn't end with change, it radiates outward. As Olga concluded her year, she noticed simple shifts blossoming into real-life ripples. Presence in motherhood and friendship conversations with her kids and friends deepened. She was more patient, more present. A playful question once thrown at her by her child didn't unravel her the way it once might have. Resilience in the everyday. Stressful days no longer toppled her. Tough moments became opportunities. A deep breath, a moment to pause, and a choice to re-engage. The habits she'd built, whether breathing practices or stepping into social warmth, became anchors. Curiosity rekindled, her days felt curious again. Whether trying a new recipe, exploring a hobby, or striking up small talk, she rediscovered the quiet delight of novelty. She didn't become someone else. She became more herself, layered, present, resilient, open. That's the gentle power of soft rewiring through small, consistent action. Research confirms personality doesn't harden once we're adults. It's shaped by behavior and belief. New actions can tweak our traits over time. Olga's story proves it. Small steps, repeated daily, can reshape our inner landscape, quietly but profoundly. Here is a challenge for you. 1. Take a breath and choose one small habit around the trait you want to explore. 2. Do it each day for 3 weeks. 3. Watch how your days open up, how your presence widens, how your curiosity whispers alive. This is not a crash course. It's a slow-burning invitation to rediscover discover yourself. So, what will your whisper soft challenge be? Calm, connection, or curiosity? Let me know below. Let's grow together. Chapter 7. Find your beach, sustaining change. Change isn't a finish line, it's a lifelong light you carry. After a year of small experiments, Olga discovered that the real transformation wasn't dramatic. It was steady, it was gentle, it was lasting. She didn't replace her personality, she expanded it. Her experiment showed that even small, consistent choices can reshape our traits, our habits, our inner world. Personality is a living system, flexible and responsive, change supported by sustained action. It's not permanent, but neither is it fixed. Moments stack, small acts repeated daily, mindful breathing, social tethering, curiosity, accrue into substantial shifts. Quitting can be kind. Holding space for self-reflection helps distinguish between persistence and misalignment. Some changed pursuits aren't meant to last. Find your beach. Khazan's final metaphor resonates. Find your beach. Not a literal sandy shore, but the place where your small daily actions feel right. It's the rinse cycle of calm, connection, or curiosity that replenishes you. No page-turning progress needed, just quiet momentum. Choose your beach, calm, connection, or openness, all with simple daily acts. Notice how doing these soft things consistently shifts your mood and mindset. Pause regularly. Should you continue, adjust, walk away. Let intention guide you. This isn't a promise of perfection. It's a promise of possibility. Olga's journey reminds us we're always becoming, always unfolding. Thank you for sharing this whispered exploration of identity and growth. What small experiment will you carry forward? A breath before bed, a hello to a stranger, a moment of openness each day. Share your choice below. I'd love to grow with you. And if you felt cozy and inspired, you might enjoy our next whispered deep dive. Stay present, stay curious, stay you, but a little more better.